Hello YouTubers, Mercy Watts here once again. This is the Inwin Chopin 2.0 with the case that still employs the 150 watts bronze rated or 80 rated bronze. This is not the 280 gold. I still haven't been able to get one of those because I'm afraid I'm going to get another defective one. But I consider this one to be finished now. I wanted to show you guys what the finished product looks like. This is it right here. Sorry, I got something on my wrist and I haven't been able to. Bought me a brand new Nubby's antenna for this build so it can look a little bit more streamlined, better aesthetics. Everything looks great. Has Windows 11 as you can see from the other videos. And I'll take you guys on the wire management. Pretty much it's like any other Inwin case of this caliber here, or this type. It's pretty much very like non-existent when it comes to, you can only do so much. I put a few zip ties this time and put all this stuff as far back as I could. I usually like to cover those mustard yellow type ketchup wires. I didn't this time because I need the flexibility. The tape makes it a little bit more, hard to maneuver. It's like running through certain types spots here. But yeah, and also maybe adds a little bit of character as we also pay homage to the old technology as well. I ordered me a module here for this one. I do have one, but I just can't find it. But I will show you guys what I'm talking about here. Let me see if it's here. I also ordered me some more of the little screws that I used last time, to put the hard drives on the gaming cube. If you guys want to take a pause on the video, this is what they're called. 132 pieces of personal computers, SSD fan with screwdriver. Oh yeah, okay. So let me see if I can find the module. Look at that, I just ordered it and I don't even know where it's at. Just a moment, please. Oh my goodness gracious. Kind of figured it was one of those drawers, but I didn't know which one. Alright, this is it right here. I believe this module does not accept SATA hard drives. So be aware of that. I'll show you what I mean by that. Okay, hold on. There's no way to edit these videos, and I do not want to edit them. But this is a SATA one right here. M.2 SATA. You can see they have the 2 notches right there. This module does not accept that. This guy's gonna go like this in there, adding another removable media type hard drive or specialized information you want to save that on it. You know, you can go with a Pro, you can go, I know that you might diminish the Pro's efficiencies of, you know, the performance of the Pro versus this guy might not be to par with the Gen of the Pro, and the speed will be extremely diminished. But you'll have a data there that is going to last you a bit longer. That's pretty much what I would use the Pro for. But it's really up to you. It's what you want. You can put some chip drives here and then just, you know, do whatever you want. It's just another option for expandability when it comes to storage. And I like you guys to have this sort of options so that you guys can, you know, make the best decision for your specific build. You don't have to put nothing there. You can just leave it empty, you know. I would do it just so that it doesn't collect dust and stuff like that, and just put it there and just leave it there. That's the only reason why I would do it, and this is the reason why I ordered this one. So I'm gonna put like a WD black and put it right there and call it R for removable. We know that the one on the back of this board ain't gonna be removable. This one is, but we know that's a C drive. But yeah, my people, I even put some zip ties right there, or tie wraps, or whatever you want to call that, you know. And it came out pretty nice. So this is it. This is the final build of all the struggle we've been through on the other videos, the not accepting Windows 11, having issues with a used motherboard, having, you know, that the CPU fan has been in this position since we installed it on the other last video, that it looks really shabby, you know, the video from top view. And I could have done a better job. I may do that in the future to walk you guys through another build or something like that. It depends. I just don't want to have too many computers lying around. But if that's the case, for learning purposes, you know, just put it in the comments, and I'll be able to probably work something out like that for you guys. And I'll just record it in small little videos and post them 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you can just, you know, they'll be really small videos, because I don't know how to edit, and I don't want to learn how to edit, because edit means you take the fun out of the original. Sometimes I like to keep the fun stuff, you know, kind of like the bloopers, but it's all included into the one singular video. But that's pretty much what we're doing here. It's for learning purposes. This guy right here, this time for some reason was a pain to put it over here the way I don't remember being so hard for me to put this guy. But I had to make it nice and straight, and I didn't want to add any stress on the bottom connector of the main board or the motherboard. Reason why that is because I didn't want the connector to, suffer any damage or become, loose. And you just gotta think about stuff like that. Yes, they're built a little with some resilience to them, but just not. I mean, don't take that too hard. As an assembler, you have to think about stuff like that. You assemble these things. Let's say you do it as a business. You want to be able to assemble these things as if you're assembling them for yourself. Now, if you're doing it for yourself and you don't care much about what you're doing, how you're doing it for yourself, I suggest you change your tactics for the customer, because really you want to provide a good quality product for that person who is paying you their hard-earned money for you to do them a great job. This is why they hire, really. Otherwise, they would do it themselves. Just give them good quality product, and they'll be happy. They'll recommend you. See, I don't do this anymore, and I have my fills of computers, to last me a lifetime, maybe two. But at the same time, it's intriguing to see what the advances in some of the hardware is, the advancements of the software as well. Some things I approve, some things I don't, and this is it right here, my people. This beautiful work of art. I have not yet installed the tuner. I may walk you guys through the installation of the tuner. I want to put one of those tuners where my baby girl can get, like a ham radio or some sort of what do you call that? I don't know what you call those tuners, but you can pick up FM radio stations, AM radios. You can pick up pretty much CBs, talking ham radio people, like emergency, all that. Let's just say she's gonna be like eavesdropping on some of the conversation, but with limited, because I will monitor that when she does that. I don't want her to pick up on a channel when things are not, professional and stuff, or inappropriate material. So yeah, just letting you know. And then eventually I'm gonna put 16 terabytes like I did on the gaming cube. I want her to have 20 terabytes on this little guy. You can say, this she's a little girl. Why so much? Why so many terabytes? Because she's my baby, and she deserves the best. And when she has something built by dad, this is what she has to look for. As she grows up, she'll grow with that kind of mentality that you don't want to skimp on quality. Because if you do, you're always going to end up ripping it off and replacing it and, stuff like that. I want her to enjoy this guy for a little while. And I already have all the games in here that she likes, but there's still some other coming. I'll generate her own Steam account so that she can have all sorts of games just for her. I mean, I can probably tee up. I don't know, maybe put her in my account. The thing about it is just that I have a lot of other games in there that are too violent for her. I mean, Grand Theft Auto really is not so bad for her. As bad as you may seem like want to make Grand Theft Auto be, this is what I do. I tone down the dialogue, so she can't hear the characters. She can hear the background stuff like that, like the cars revving engines, stuff like that. And she can hear my music. So all she does is get into the car and she pretends to drive. And since I mod Grand Theft Auto, everything looks beautiful, and she pretends she's in a real city and she's either a cab driver or whatever. But she doesn't hear the nastiness that goes around. So in reality, it's just for eye candy, and she just emerges herself in the surrounding eye candy, which is the graphics. Like I said, I appreciate the game for the graphics. All the people that worked on it, Rockstar did a great job, and believe it or not, now she's into Cyberpunk 2077. Because she does the driving as well. Somehow she likes those cars. They're pretty advanced. The GameCube is capable of showing her better graphics than this would ever do. Cyberpunk will start having issues with this guy, even at low settings probably. I'm sure you can get away with low settings, maybe a 720. But still, it doesn't look as good as close to 4K on the GameCube. So yeah, it's a big difference. Big difference from 720 to 4K. I would say low mid 4K. So yeah, this is her final build when it comes to this part right here. Then we'll work on the back. And then once the back is completed, I will show another video of the completion of the back. And believe it or not, this thing, yes, it gets toasty. This is probably the only part here that gets toasty. This power, which is weird. In the GameCube, the power supply doesn't care. I kind of figured that video card wasn't calling for that kind of power, and the 600 would have been perfect, the SF600 from Corsair. And I ended up putting the 720, 750, something like that. Platinum Series SF from Corsair, and it really it doesn't need it. The 600 would have just been perfect. The only reason I did that is because if I ever do get a more powerful card in the future, and it does call for more power, it's there. So that's another thing why I do these things. Not only to show you guys what you can do in terms, I mean, I'm sure but in these videos you can see them being done. You can see them on the build. You can say, okay, I like that, so it's just something for you guys to enjoy. So yeah, remember, this cannot go with this. You won one notch, not two. You won the PCI Express, which it tells you right there. I don't know if it does here too, but let me see. PCIe, yeah, so she'll use this from here to here probably. This all this will not be connected. As you can see, from here to here somewhere, that's where it will be connected. The rest of it are blanks. They're not connected, so they're not gonna do nothing even though they're there. So yeah, that's X4. So wow, this thing goes into the X4 lane. Oh man, talk about limitations. All right, so I hope you enjoy this video about my baby girl's final, you know, I would say it's not the final, but you know, final frontal view of the build, because we still got to work on the back, and this will give you an idea on how to reroute those wires for yourself. You know, kind of be careful and then start tugging things slowly, and put zip ties here and there where you need them to, you know, stuff like that. Have some wires help the other wires, and you'll be all right. So yeah, I'm not gonna put RGB on the fan. This is the way I want it to look. I want it to look nice like that. This thing already has RGB here and RGB here and RGB right here. She does like little lights, but this fan is a lot more superior than the LED one from either Corsair. I don't know who. Is it Corsair, the one that has the LED fan? I think so. So I prefer a Noctua over those LED ones any time of the day. I may rip the other one off and put this back, and the reason why that is because of the quality of how it performs. So yeah, it's a lot quieter, and it's just probably because of the little, you know, little design right there. It cuts down on the turbulence or something. So yeah, there you go, my people. Enjoy, be positive in your lives, radiate the positivity on others. You know, you make a mistake in this thing, so in your life, take your time and fix it slowly. You know, you can fix things. Maybe that's why sometimes God gives us plenty of time to fix our mistakes. Mistakes can be made, but they can be fixed. And people that have made this mistake, so they're like, you know, they don't want to create more mistakes. Remember, the eraser is only yay big. One day that eraser will fade out into non-existence, and you won't be able to erase mistakes anymore. And you'll be in the habit of making them all the time, and you're not going to be able to erase them anymore. And that's when you run into serious problems. So yeah. And the people who were affected by the mistakes, remember, forgiveness is what it's all about. If mistakes aren't forgiven, then remember, your mistakes cannot be forgiven as well. It's a give and take kind of thing, you know. Yes, you were wronged. Yes, something happened to you in the process. But you forgive these people so that later on, if you do make a mistake, you will be forgiven as well. But if you don't forgive and you like to be forgiven, oh man, I don't know what planet you're on, but you're in the wrong planet here. This is planet Earth, my people. This is not planet Bizarro. So yeah, remember that. Forgive and forget. Make mistakes and erase those mistakes. Make up for them by doing some other stuff in it. And I know a lot of people say, I made so many mistakes. and they're really bad, and nobody will forgive me for it, okay, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself, and the rest will follow. Because when you forgive yourself, then God forgives you. He already has, and just letting you know that by just by accepting the fact that He's the main man, you know that He's already forgiven you. So therefore, why would you even question that? But then it comes to the mind thing where you need to forgive yourself. Then once you do that, your life will change, and then you start doing great things, and then the people start seeing that you're not the same person anymore. Like, hey, this guy really did changed. It's like incredible. Oh, wow. And then because of all this good stuff that you do, then they will forgive you. They're like, maybe he does deserve another chance. Okay, there you go, and that's it. But don't dwell on the fact that they're not forgiving you at the moment because of what. Just remember that it's okay if you make a mistake, as long as you make up for it and try to fix it somehow. There are some mistakes out there you cannot erase because the eraser was gone by the time you got into it. Or maybe you just used it too much. And you cannot take things for granted. All right. Peace out. Unity. Lots of love out there. Mercy, what out? Enjoy your building. Comment, rate, and subscribe. Continue this channel. Hopefully one day we'll get monetized. I'll probably be dead by the time I get anything that like monetize. But it doesn't matter. It is what it is, I guess. But at least you guys remember me on the videos. Yeah, that's right. Okay. You guys take care now. Bye-bye. Mercy, what up?